water filtration, first you have to purify and then you have to disinfect. Filter with do-it-yourself sand and charcoal, so you can get maybe even a bottle of water. You can even do it in a 5-gallon jug. Fill it up with sand and charcoal, and you'll be able to filter out the water with that. Or you can use a white cloth, and that'll just purify it. But then you have to disinfect it. So you can disinfect it by boiling the water for at least a minute. Sodium hydrochloride, which is like bleach. So you have 5 to 6% concentration, and then you would add 8 drops per gallon, or a half a teaspoon for 5 gallons. For a concentration of 8%, you would use 6 drops per gallon. I also have these potable tablets. The potable tablets, you can just add 2 tablets per quart. And then you can order these. I think I just ordered some more. I think these were like $10. But you can also get the iodine. It's called iodine tincture. You can get those from Walgreens. I think it's like $5, something like that. But that also sterilizes and disinfects your water. And you can use 5 drops per quart. If the water is cloudy, double it, because you don't want to take a chance on getting sick. And use good quality filters such as Berkey, Alexa Pure, or a Life Straw. So here I have the Berkey. Here inside you have the black ones that filters out 99% of contaminants, and then you have these are the fluoride filters. So if you're filtering out your current sink water, I would recommend the fluoride filters to get those out, because you don't want to be consuming fluoride. It lowers your IQ level. This is something that Hitler had actually used during the Holocaust to cause the people to be docile and submissive whenever they consume fluoride. So it's not supposed to be in your toothpaste. It's not supposed to be in your cookware. We're not supposed to be consuming fluoride. It's actually highly toxic, where it can burn holes in the concrete. If you go and you do some of the research on fluoride, it can, they actually had like but they had like a fluoride plant, like a facility, where they had to park real far away because just the fumes from the plant was eating the paint off of their car. It's very, very toxic. So we shouldn't be consuming fluoride.
It's been linked to arteriosclerosis and high cholesterol levels as well.
Yeah. Being able to have different pots to carry the water in is just a really good idea. And this is something that I learned myself when we had a pipe under the house that had broke. These little things are really convenient to have. You can put them by the sink and you can wash your hands, you can brush your teeth, you can wash your dishes, things like that. Having something like this is just really helpful.
It needs to be stored in that for a long period of time.
I probably wouldn't store it. It feels like a thin material. I would just have it in storage. So if you have, yeah. I wouldn't store it just because it's kind of flimsy, but it's good to have on hand so that way you can fill it up with water that you already have stored.
How are you storing water? How do you? I poured a little bit of bleach in, just a teeny bit of bleach in like just gallons of water I just put in the faucet, and it's I guess the bleach is 80 good plastic gallons.
Okay.
So they busted and they leaked everywhere. There were like 7 of them did.
Yes.
So I'm like, how am I going to store enough water to keep it like realistically in my house?
Right.
Patriots has, I haven't gotten any yet, but I've seen they have water bricks. So like they link together almost like a brick that is supposed to store water. I don't know how many years you can store it in there, but I haven't gotten
But you
it
just
yet.
put tap water in there and it'll be fine for years, or do you need to put bleach in there?
If you're using tap water, that tap water already has chlorine in it. So I would assume that it should be fine. But I personally probably would just get some of these tablets here. I don't think it's as harsh as bleach. And I would just add some of these in there.
Before you would consume it, you would add that to drink it, or what?
Yes.
And
It
Well,
says
she's asking to save it for a long time.
Yeah. I would just make sure that you can put this in there, and then you can still consume it because it would be disinfectant. And as long as you wait 30 minutes, make sure it's dissolved and, you know, all the vapors evaporate and all that stuff, but it says to wait 30 minutes.
But as far as like storage though, like different ways to store water, like jugs of water or like cases of water, even, you know, we got a well, so like, you know, if that were to, you know, we run out of water, we have the well, but I feel, I don't know if that helps, I don't know if that's what you were trying to ask, but just different ways to store it. Like I know we have, you know, the cases, we have the jugs and everything.
Right.
You know, we haven't poured that in yet, but I know whenever we do go to consume it, you know, go through that process.
Yes. Yeah. So we have, how big are those tanks that we're gonna be filling up?
Which ones, the pressure washer?
Yeah, the pressure washer
His
ones,
is, I think,
250?
Oh, you're talking about those big crates, like the big.
Yeah, they're like the big.
This is, mine's like 350 gallons.
Yeah, so we could do something like that, but that's also, we're in the process on building this gravity-fed filtration device where we have these, I wanna say it's like 250 gallons or maybe even more. And that way it's gravity-fed, but as far as the containers that you're talking about using, the best ones that they recommend, let me find the word for it because I can barely pronounce it, polyethylene plastic barrels. So if you go right under where it says water filtration, where it says collecting rainwater is a good option, the polyethylene plastic barrels are the best ones that are being recommended to store water in. Now those are the bigger ones, but you can get the other ones outside. You can get smaller ones. So those are the normally big blue barrels that you see, and you can put those behind your house or something like that. And those are the best ones because it protects it against the plastic contaminants, and then you can add like some of the bleach or anything like that in there, and those will be
So,
storable.
let's just say we're getting pool water or pond water, if push comes to shove.
Yep.
Those tablets would clean pond water?
Yes, it would disinfect them.
Safe enough to consume?
So you would have to purify them first. Put them, if you wanted to do like a do-it-yourself type of thing where you put some holes in the bottom of a 5-gallon bucket and you add sand and add some charcoal, which you break up real fine. So if you have some wood from a fire, you can break it up real good and fine, put it with some sand and pour water over it. That'll filter out and purify it, but it's not ready to drink yet until you disinfect it. So then that's when you're gonna disinfect it with the bleach, or what else I got in here?
The Berkey.
The Berkey will filter out just about anything. Now, I wouldn't take my pond water and directly stick it in my Berkey because that's gonna clog up my filter. So I'm still gonna purify it first, clean it out, try to get all the large debris out of there, but my Berkey is going to disinfect it for me.
And that requires no electricity, correct?
That's correct, yep, it's gravity fed.
See, I have an office room and it requires electricity, so if we're out without power, then that's a problem.
Yes.
Water.
And you can make those Berkeys yourself. too.
Yes, I actually made his father out of the Berkeys. I took a 5-gallon food grade bucket and I poked holes in the bottom of it, and I just took 2 and built it myself.
What is that water container called, or the name of it?
This one?
Correct. Like, where did you get that?
They sell them at Walmart.
Water storable cube.
And that would be just, for immediate use, not for long-term storage.
Let's see what it says here. I don't personally store it, but let's see. It says instantly store all water you need while not taking up much room. Camping. Okay, so it's just talking about how you can carry it. Food grade plastic, odorless, tasteless, holds up to 5 gallons. Freshwater drinking water, leak free. But it doesn't say anything about long-term storage. So I personally just wouldn't probably store it for long-term. But here it even shows a hurricane on there. So if you know, like a storm's coming, if you know you're gonna have something where the power or the water could go out, this is something that would be optional. And it's called, again, water storage cube.
Thank you.
I even think I don't know if I bought it off of Amazon or not, but I try not to buy stuff from Amazon if I can help it. Yeah, now the ones that we bought from Walmart, I wanna say they're 5 gallons. They're the big blue ones. It's over by the AC filters.
Mhm.
And you can get those, and that's what I've been storing mine in, my water in. Because it's kind of like the ones, what are those big blue water containers that you put upside down and they're, you know what I'm talking about? It's like the
Like
little,
the little
they're-
office jugs.
yeah, like the office jugs.
Yeah.
They're a really thick plastic and that's really good. That's what you want. But the ones at Walmart are very similar and you can actually store them in there. That's what I've been storing mine in. And I just kind of tuck them away into different areas. I'll put them under my table or something,
Okay.
just to kind of help us store.
Jugs in the AC department at Walmart.
Yes, it's by the air filters, and they're like $10. So they're cheaper than buying water that's already pre-filled. I just buy those containers from Walmart and I'll go home and I'll just fill it up with my water, cause it's cheaper.
When you do fill up those containers, if you could keep them in a area that's not too warm,
Yes,
like,
and
don't keep them in a garage.
Yeah.
There's a window that's direct light to
Yeah,
nature.
cause it wouldn't like
Yeah.
release the chemicals from the
Yeah.
plastic.
true.
So if you could keep them in a closet,
Yeah,
that's
in a
nice.
darker place, darker place, away from any heat. Storing them that way is gonna be the better bet. Okay. We had, I say we, but he built a shallow well. And, he actually did it manually, so being able to get some sort of shallow well on your property, if that's possible.